There's a monster in my pond and it's killing my fish one by one. In this episode of Carter's Life, I'm gonna be building an insane contraption to catch the monster and save my super expensive koi fish. If you watched the last episode of Carter's Life, you'll know my pond was infested with snakes. However, even after getting rid of them, my fish are still dying, even faster than before. I found a fish with a huge bite taken out of it, and it's definitely not a snake bite, something much bigger. This makes me think that there's some kind of monster hiding at the bottom of the koi pond that I need to catch before it's too late. But the water's so murky that I can't see a thing, making it dangerous to try to catch the monster alone. So here's my plan. I'm gonna build a contraption to drain all the muck from the bottom of the pond, allowing me to safely catch the monster. Let's go to Home Depot and get some parts for my invention. The next step is to build a retrofit bottom drain at the bottom of this pond, so when things fill up with leaves, I can turn a valve and just suck out all of the debris before it leaks into the water, suffocating all the fish. And when it was built, there was no drain at the bottom like a bathtub would have. So I'm gonna build a retrofit one, which basically is going to be a tube that goes down, sits on top of the bottom, but when you open up the valve, it dumps it all out. I'm also gonna make this not a pump, but a siphon, where it's gonna be gravity fed up and then over and down. But these white pipes are pretty ugly, so I'm gonna do my best to try to hide it. So I'm gonna size up the pipes, see if I can dig like a trench and kind of hide it underground and have it shoot out over that way. I did a little test with this hose and the siphon does work. I just have to go about to the distance of that tree and I should be able to get a good suction on it. So I'm gonna make a bunch of connections with these PVC pipes, make a nice 4-inch bottom drain. This is gonna be perfect for an easy clean out when a bunch of sticks and stuff fall to the bottom. I'll turn this valve on, and since it's so big and wide, it should be able to suck up all kinds of stuff without getting clogged and shoot it out, so we don't have to then filter it. We can just basically dredge the pond with the turn of a valve. Should be really nice. Just as I was finishing up the dig, I saw the first signs of the monster fish right outside of the pond. This is huge. What in the world? That is crazy. Did you see this? Oh my God. That's the head and that's like the spine. Dude, that thing is crazy. Look at the mouth. There's the tongue on the inside. What? Oh, look at the teeth. What? It has teeth, hundreds of little teeth. That is so weird. I still haven't seen the monster fish, but if it is big enough to eat that thing whole, the fish must be massive. I better get back to work to finish this invention so I can catch the monster fish. That was some back-breaking labor digging this trench, especially with all the roots, but we got the 4-inch pipe laid in. You can start to see how I'm gonna curve it around into here, and then it's gonna go down, and then I have a little fill drain at the top to get the siphon primed, and then it's going all the way down there. I haven't really figured out exactly what to do after that pipe. I feel like I'm gonna turn over to the garden a little bit, maybe like turn to the left. I don't really know yet, but I'm kind of anxious to start gluing because I am done digging this trench. And it's not even that straight. I hope that is okay. It's kind of bent. What in the world is that? Oh my gosh, guys, I just got out there. What is that? I've only seen this once before, I think. Oh wait, oh my gosh, this is something completely different. Starting with the first glue, I'm gonna do these big pipes. I feel like that's the easiest thing. Whoa. Almost fill it. Glue one, line it up. So I gotta just smear this on like that. And then cram these together super fast. That was horrible. I did not get that to slide together too well. And then it's pretty much dry already. This is gonna be the tricky part. There's a lot of joint and whatnot I have to finesse and make right. So I'm gonna fit it one time before I glue one last time, just to make sure everything's looking good. Okay, well, it's not looking that good for some reason. We got the last one on. Okay, that all does look pretty good. I think these are little babies. Oh my goodness. A little closer. Oh my gosh, guys, I think it's baby ducks or something. What are they doing? There's 2 of them. When I saw that there were baby ducks on my property, I was worried they would get eaten by the monster fish. I had to do something to help them out. There's 2 little babies. What are they doing? I wonder if they literally just hatched like last night. They see me. And they're scared and they're running away. Oh, so I really hope they find their mama, and I'm hoping they go back that way, I imagine is where they came. They're out here in open water. They're so small, fish could eat them. Or maybe those birds circling up there, honestly. Oh, speaking of which, I had to finish my invention quick, not just for my expensive koi fish now, but for the baby ducks too. Well, there we have it, guys, the full connection. We're not done yet, but I'm exhausted. I'm sweating, I'm fading. It's really satisfying to see the whole system in place. That's gonna be covered up and invisible, except for a valve right there you can turn to start the system, which will then drain and clean out the bottom of the pond with a flick of a switch or valve. And this is all looking pretty good. Just have to send the pipe on this side into the pond. That part definitely won't be as hard as doing all of this digging, but this is pretty cool. I really can't wait to do a little bit more digging, clean out the roots, get that settled, cover it all up, put that side on, and turn it on for the first time. The baby kois are hungry. Let's feed them one more time. Come on, babies. There they go, eating, yum, yum, yum. I just got a special delivery and this thing is wild. Check this out. This is a 4-inch PVC ball valve and I've seen these before and they're like small. I had no idea that for the 4-inch it would be this monstrous. I mean, this thing is literally huge. I mean, it makes sense, it's got to fit the 4-inch pipe, but this thing literally just looks cartoonishly large. It's got a big handle on the top where you can do that, and that will close it, and do that to open it back up. This is the magic piece to finish off the bottom drain, and hopefully this makes it all work. My plan is to have this piece sit right in here. I got to figure out where I need to cut this, so this will be the outlet, kind of buried as much as it can be, and maybe disguise it with some rocks or something like that so it's right on the edge of the sidewalk. You can open this up and just dump. Now for the fun part, gluing this joint together. So this is the tricky one because I do want to get the rotation of this angle lined up right, which now that I added this pipe on, I think should be pretty easy, although I feel like I won't be able to get a good quarter turn rotation. So, okay, just like that, should be glued, should be stuck in there. Do you guys hear that? It's almost sunset. I'm walking around the back of the Team RAR house. Something's making a really strange noise over there. Let's see if we hear it anymore. That's really creepy. This thing was like 60 bucks. I only have one of them, so I really don't want to mess this up. So this is gonna be the crazy fun one. This thing is just insane, and it actually doesn't fit at all. It's not even close. But I found that this coupler fits in here, see, I think perfect. Really, really close, if not, and then that does fit onto this pipe. And so we can kind of connect it all together. I'm gonna start by joining these two. I'm gonna have to probably hammer it down. I had to put this on the right way. Really do not wanna mess this up. I don't want any of the glue to drip into the valve and gluing it, so I think I got that all the way in, which should make it compatible with the 4-inch pipe that I have, as long as none of that glue drips into the ball valve. Okay, that glued really fast and we're done. From all the way down there, all the way up, we are pretty much done. The last step really is just to make this piece go down and connect into the water. With a few more cuts and pieces, I now have this side in the water. It's not all the way to the bottom, but it is underwater, which should be enough for me to test this thing out. So now we just have to fill the water in there, fill this entire downhill section, and then open the valve and see if it'll pump. So this whole project is downhill all the way to the valve here. So if we turn this valve closed, that's closed. If we start filling from up there, this will now be full of water. Then when we open this up, the water will come rushing out, creating a siphon and sucking the water like a pump without any electricity at all. Just in case this works, I'm gonna move a bunch of this dirt away. Next step, we fill it with gasoline. Just kidding. This is actually just a garden hose attached to a gasoline nozzle. I thought that was super cool. So you can fill things. I plan on using this as like the autofill for the lake, and then when it hits water, it will automatically shut off, just like filling gas, but it is just hose. Looks kind of funny though. So now we just got to do this and fill that with water. And I hope it's going down that way. It looks like it is. Might help if I put a little rock under here and make it a little more downhill. So there's a few reasons why this might not work. One, I did not glue any of this side yet, so it could be leaking air when it starts to suck. And two, it's possible my run just isn't long enough, which would be a problem. I'd have to cut it somewhere and just make it even farther and longer for this to actually work. But it's filling. This is a pretty big 4-inch pipe, so it's gonna take quite a bit of water to fill, I think. Yeah, that's still hollow. We just gotta keep filling. It might be full. So now that it's full, and put the cap on and open the valve. I'm worried those are gonna leak. Either way, a bunch of water is about to come out of this thing. Okay, that's full of water. There's no leaks. Let's open this thing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So this is all the clear hose water we put in. If that turns blue, that means the siphon, the siphon officially started. And if it keeps going, give it a second. I'm hearing air bubble, which is not good. Okay, I think it's actually working first try, which is crazy. That is a ton of water, so I might plan on putting like a hose that runs it out, but let's go see what's going on at the top here. Okay, you can see a little whirlpool happening. So this thing is absolutely just chugging right now. Probably gonna drain this lake in minutes. That is the bottom. I do need to then go all the way to the bottom of the deep end, but I'm so happy this works, because then what I should be able to do theoretically is when I'm done, before it sucks it completely dry, come and turn this off, and it should just stay full, ready for me to just drain it again. I can just turn the valve and it'll start all over again. But wow, check this out. This is pretty wild. Look at all that blue pondeye. It looks a lot bluer when it's going across the ground. Wow, look at that. So the real goal for this thing is to have that end go all the way to the bottom, so when I turn it, it sucks from the bottom, so it pulls up all the leaves and sticks and acorns. Pretty much all of this stuff that you see also falls in there, and I'll be able to just clean it out with a turn of a valve. So all this hard work hopefully is gonna pay off in the future when I need to clean that thing, hit the valve, and just dump it all, with maybe the added step of adding one more hose, just bring it over to the garden and dump it in there and not all over the grass. But that'd be pretty easy. I can get a hose just like this at Home Depot, super lightweight. You just kind of put it on the end of there. This would be the last piece. I think the easiest way is just to hop in and figure out how long this pipe needs to be so it can touch the bottom. I think if we cut around here, we should be good. See if this will do it. Okay, that feels pretty good. It's definitely touching the bottom. I'm gonna see if we can turn the siphon back on and see if it actually draws. Hopefully this time we see some muddy water come out. I also hope that it actually turns on again. And my theory is right, that it's always just ready to go after that one fill. Maybe it's the only thing we ever need to do. Open. Okay, she's going and flooding. Oh, okay, there was a leaf. That's a good sign. I can also work on the positioning of where that thing actually sits on the bottom. That's another leaf, so that gives you an idea. It actually is drawing from the bottom. I might even be able to like use a broom or something and brush everything towards it, burying that end. And so it just drains all of that nasty stuff. Because in the fall, this thing fills up with some serious leaves. Okay, this looks pretty good. These aren't even glued the whole way down. Let's shut it down. I'm pretty happy. That valve was expensive, but the fact that this doesn't use any electricity or any motors, and you can just turn that and start dumping the lake at a 4-inch pipe, that is such a huge heavy flow. I'm pretty excited. I think this is gonna take transforming the koi pond to the next level. Anytime it gets crazy, I'm gonna just push all the underground stuff to the drain. That's gonna be so satisfying to watch this drain it all out. This project was a lot of work, and when it's done, it should be invisible. So I'm pretty excited to start filling this trench back in. I hope I dug it deep enough, honestly. That's so satisfying. This is definitely super satisfying and a little nerve-wracking, because I don't want to like mess it up. Now that we have the drain done, we can clean the pond, go in and get rid of the monster fish and save all my koi. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because this is gonna get insane. I'm exhausted. I need to go rinse off, shower, and eat, but I'll see you guys on the next episode of Carter's Life, where we keep working on this koi pond. Woo!